the moment.
She keeps picking on, they're both picking on me. Recording it.
We've got to have bloopers in here somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh. Hi, good afternoon everyone, it's Paul from the schools team. You've already seen the A-Level podcast, I hope. This one, as part of National T-Levels Week, is called Totally Topical T-Level Takeover. So with me on today's podcast, we've got 4 of our existing T-Level students. And over to you guys. Introduce yourself, please.
Hi, I'm Madi and I'm on T-Level Healthcare Science and I went to West Craven High School.
Hi, I'm Daniel. I'm doing T-Level Digital Production Design and Development and I went to Colne Academy.
Hi, I'm Olivia. I study T-Level Healthcare Science and I went to West Craven High School.
Hi, I'm Patrick. I study T-Level Education in Early Years and I went to Burnley High School.
Okay, so thanks guys. So I guess really the aim of this podcast is to give everyone that's watching it just a little bit of an insight into what T-levels are, how you're finding the experience, how you're finding your placements, for example, you know, just things like that really, just so that anyone who's interested, who's thinking of taking up T-levels when they join our outstanding college, they've got a bit of an understanding really, you know, because obviously it's quite complex out there, isn't it? You know, there's that many different pathways, there's that many different opportunities that you can take. So T-levels being one of the main pathways, and obviously we're so proud of our 100% pass rate, which is fantastic. So I guess really, Patrick, what do you think T-levels are to you?
So T-Levels are an excellent way to do a written exam but also get the experience inside of a placement. So you get the qualification of 3 A-levels but you also get a lot of experience within that, so you get to interact with what you want to do and make sure that it is the right thing for you.
Okay, excellent. Liv, what's your thoughts then on T-levels?
T-Levels are a really good pathway for, well, me as well as others. You're obviously getting to work and get an experience of what your future job could be like, but also getting a really good education at the same time.
Fantastic, yeah, okay. Daniel, what about yourself? What are you thinking?
I think T-Levels are a great pathway into a job. So you get that great experience with your written exams, but you also get that key working experience as well. And I know for me especially, it's leading towards getting a full-time job at the end of it. And I just think it's a really good pathway to go down.
So you mentioned full-time job, so what is your sort of end result? What's your goal, if you like? You know, where do you see yourself in the future?
So I think from the T-level, after this year, I will be moving on to working for Sprouter, who's the T-level the placement that I'm working at.
Okay. And
they're very keen to keep me. And I think the key message is if you can do it, if you put in 100% effort, you're going to get your due rewards.
That's pretty cool. Just for the benefit of those people watching this podcast, that company that you mentioned then, what was it called again, sorry?
Sprouter.
Where are they based at, please?
So they're based in Manchester.
Oh, right, okay. Okay, so your placement, I mean, obviously travel to and from, is that easy enough to get to?
Yeah, it's really simple to get to. It's literally just outside Manchester Victoria train station.
Oh, that's ideal, isn't it?
Yeah, it's perfect. So you just
yeah.
get on the train, you get down and it drops you off literally outside.
Right,
or you
okay.
can take the bus and that drops you off outside as well. So it's really good transport.
That's good then. And Maddie, what's the T-level to you?
It's a really good mix of academic and vocational. I think the placement and vocational element is really good for university because it shows you've got experience already, but the academic gives you a chance to show off what you've learned in class.
Cool. And I think, like you mentioned then about like university, so obviously T-levels isn't a natural, you know, you don't have to go to university, do you? Yeah, on, you know, studying a T-level with us, you know, you can move on to university, you can go into employment, you know, there's lots of different opportunities, haven't you, which I think is really important that those watching get an understanding of that, really, which is great. So we've mentioned about the mix of like placements and what have you. And I think it's 80% of your time's in college and 20% of your time on a work placement, which I think is brilliant. And you get a minimum 45-day work placement, don't you? Which I think is great as well. So you've not gone on your placement. Where's your placement going to be at? Do you know yet?
In one of the East Lancs hospitals.
Oh right, yeah. Have you got a preference? Do you have a choice in it? Or?
Burnley, just because it's closer, so it'll be easier to get to.
All right, okay. So have you been given a list of those placements that you can choose, and then you pick one that's convenient to you, or is it a case of that's the placement that you're going to go to?
You get put into placement, but
Okay.
your tutor can say which hospital you'd prefer to be at.
All right, so you do have a kind of a say in
Yeah.
it then. That's ideal, isn't it? Yeah, brilliant, excellent. Okay, cool, thank you. Okay, so Patrick, what's the typical week like for you then, studying T-levels?
So my typical week is Monday and Tuesday in placement, which will be full days of school with being in education. So I turn up at 8:30 in the morning and don't leave till after the students have left. And Wednesday is all day in, doing different classes. We finish at 2:30. And then Thursday and Friday is also full days till 4 o'clock doing lessons and learning different modules.
All right, so it's quite intense really when you think about it, isn't it? It's varied, with a mix of classroom work and work placements, which I think makes T-levels an attractive option really when young people are thinking of the pathway to study.
It's really good. Yeah, it's a really good mix of the intensity of studying, but also getting that relaxation almost of being in placement.
Right,
It gives
okay.
you that entirely new feeling of being able to do something that you love.
Right, so when you're in a placement, you've done a placement already, haven't
Yes.
you? Yeah. Have you just done one? Or?
No, so ours is every week, and I've been
Right.
doing it since November last year.
Right, okay. So it's a bit of a routine now then, isn't it, for you,
Yeah.
kind of thing, and knowing where you're going to do. And have the people, just remind me again where you're doing your placement at, sorry?
So I'm at Christ King in Burnley.
Right, okay. And how are the staff, how do they interact with
They're
you?
absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
I've started there this year. I were a different placement last year.
Okay.
And this year they've really accepted me and they've helped me a lot with it so far.
Brilliant, that's really, really good. Excellent, thank you. Right, so Liv then, what's a typical week like for you? I mean, obviously you're in your first year, so you've not done a placement yet.
No.
But talk me through an average week for you.
So Monday to Friday in college.
Mm-hmm.
Some days vary. Some days are longer than others.
Okay.
Constant, lessons all week.
Right.
And then we have set weeks of first year and second year when we'll be on placement.
All right, okay.
So like our first one's 17th of November.
Right,
So we'll be at a hospital for a week
okay.
and then come back to college, and it happens sort of like that.
Yeah. Now, Maddie's obviously already chosen her placement. Have you chose yours yet?
Yeah, I think because we're both obviously from the same area,
Yeah.
it's kind of Burnley, Blackburn, so
Okay.
kind of either one of them.
Right, so you've not actually picked one just
no,
yet?
I think it probably will be Burnley for me.
Yeah, it's closer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, than the two, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, okay, you're excited for it? Looking
Yeah,
forward to it?
I'm looking forward to it because I want to see what
Yeah,
it actually is like working there.
brilliant. Now, Daniel then, what's obviously your second year, so what's your average week like?
So on average for me, I do Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday at college, and then Thursday, Friday I do a placement. I think so. Monday's the longest day, so that's a 9 till 4,
Okay.
and then it's 9 till 3:30, and then 9 till 2 o'clock because there's a meeting or something after that.
Okay.
So it's quite long days in general.
Yeah.
There's no days off, and if I did have a day off, then I'd be getting rung by Sprouter.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good.
Okay. And given the fact that this is your second year, have you managed to get any other opportunities? Have you taken part in anything?
So I do some football coaching
Oh, right.
outside for Barrowfield Celtic.
Oh, right, okay, brilliant.
I've done little volunteering down different places and stuff like that.
Right, okay. Sorry, you were nodding your head then about football coach. Is that something that you do as well, or that you're into, or?
I've not done it myself, but
Okay.
I've looked at it in the past.
Oh, right, okay, cool, brilliant. Right, so a busy life then, really, isn't it?
Yes, it
Both
is.
in and out of college, and
Yeah.
it's that fine balance, isn't it, between making sure that obviously you're on top of all of your studies. I mean, do you get work set to go and do some research or something like that in your own time and things like that in that second year? Or,
So for me, as digital, doing software development,
yeah,
that's, if you've got something to do outside of college, it'll be finishing off like a project.
yeah,
So you might start developing a website or something like that, and the task will be to finish that at home.
yeah,
Generally, you don't get too much in
Okay.
terms of like homework,
yeah, yeah,
and which is pretty good because there's so many hours in college. You pack it all in really well.
yeah,
So once you're home, you can kind of just enjoy.
chill out.
Yeah, you can chill out and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a pretty good balance, really.
Cool, excellent, good. So Maddie, obviously this is your first year. You've not been at college that long, but talk us through your average week.
My week's the same as Liv's pretty much, but we've in college every single day.
Yeah.
Not every day is a full day, so some of them have breaks or
Okay.
we finish early. But we do lessons constantly when we're in college. We've got a block of health and then a block of science as well, so we do chemistry and biology as well as our healthcare lessons.
Okay.
And yeah, we've not gone on to placement yet, but they happen in week blocks, so we have the week off college to go and do those.
Right. Okay. Okay. Anything outside of college that you like getting up to?
Work. I'm a gymnastics coach.
Oh right. Wow. So we've got a football coach and a gymnastics coach. This is ace.
Yeah.
Right.
I do that
Okay.
outside of college.
Wow. Right. Okay. Very busy life then.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Oh, good for you. Excellent. Cool. Okay, so Patrick, then your chosen subject in your T level, does this, sort of looking at your career aspiration, does this like align to what you want to do in life?
Yeah, 100%. What I'm wanting to move on to is doing SENCO work in primary schools. So that's helping children with SEN needs to be able to get an EHCP and to be able to move on to get provisions that they need to help them with their education.
That's that's not just like going in to be a primary school teaching assistant or a primary school teacher, is it? To actually then specify on going into SEN, and those who need those extra or that have extra needs.
Yeah.
That's quite something, isn't it? Really, it's a big challenge, I suppose.
Yeah, it is. But my placement last year was in a specifically specialist school.
Okay.
So I got to experience a lot of SEN needs, and I got to help a lot of different children with different varies of SEN needs and their abilities.
Right.
So that really helped me. And then this year my class has a couple of children that do have SEN needs, so I'm also able to work with them to provide the needs that they have.
It must be quite frustrating, really, when you try to like understand the needs and then kind of think, how can they be supported and I don't know. Do you find it challenging?
Yeah, it definitely can be challenging, especially as like sometimes the school just doesn't get the funding from that they need. So like sometimes we'll have a child who needs like a new writing board or something like that if they've got like dyspraxia and we don't have the funds to be able to afford it. So then we can't go, right, we can provide that for the child, so then we have to find a different way.
Right.
So
okay.
that can be really like aggravating, really.
Right, yeah, I bet. Okay then, so Liv, looking at your course in particular, I know obviously Maddie's studying the same course, but looking at yourself, does the course that you've chosen to do, is that going to put you in the right sort of pathway for your ideal career at the end of it, do you think?
Yeah, definitely, because it's healthcare science, it gives a really wide range of jobs that I could get into. Specifically, I'm thinking of physio at the minute, but obviously when I go into a placement and see how many jobs there are like up for grabs, if you know what I mean, I might change my mind, because obviously it allows me to do that.
Right, okay. Physios. Every time I think of a physiotherapist, I think of pain.
Yeah, or radiography I'm kind of thinking of as well.
Right,
I'm not
okay.
fully sure
okay.
yet.
Right, well, there's some serious money to be made in them two career paths, isn't there? Which is probably why you've chosen it.
And because I want to do it as well.
Yeah.
That's just an added bonus.
Right, okay. Well, that's pretty good actually. Yeah, excellent, good. So Daniel, then your company that obviously you've got your placement with at the minute, given the fact that you're in your second year, and obviously you're enjoying it, I can tell. Where do you see yourself in the future? Are you looking at hopefully staying with that company, or are you looking elsewhere, or maybe going to university? I mean, how does the future look for you?
So personally, I really enjoy the placement, and I want to stay on. and if you've ever met the supervisor, I said I'd mention him, so
Okay.
do it while I'm here.
Why not?
So he really finds my work invaluable. He
Right.
loves the hard work as well, and he definitely wants me to stay as well afterwards. So definitely in the future it'll be that's the goal, to stay there and because it's a digital firm, they're growing exponentially now.
Right.
So there's a lot of room for growth for me as well. So working through being software developer, systems and engineering and operations and things like that. After finish this year, one of the things I might be thinking of doing is going to do an apprenticeship at university,
Okay.
just to get that extra level of education
All right.
as well. Still staying with the same company though.
Hmm.
Just so if there was, a change of plan, or I needed to go somewhere else, then there was an opportunity for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think in general, staying with Sprouto would be the ideal situation.
That's pretty good. I mean, he's probably watching this video, yeah, it's good that you feel that way, and it's good that you're ticking the boxes and all the rest of it, and you're doing kind of what's expected of you, and perhaps more. In fairness, really, but to get that recognised and for the employer to say that to you, is brilliant, because you've got kind of, whilst it's not a guarantee, it is certainly something that you can look back on and think, yeah, that was good. That what I mean. You enjoyed the placement. It's been recognised. And who knows what's around the corner, really, I suppose.
Yeah.
Where it's going to lead, because he did mention there's different sectors there, kind of operations and then development and the engineering bit and kind of everything. It's not just going into a company doing that job, there's kind of a whole host of things that you can get involved in, isn't it?
Yeah, they've got a very wide range of things they do. So Sprouto as a company do AI development, which is obviously quite a big sector.
That's massive, isn't it?
Yeah, but I've been working on websites.
Okay.
I've been working on games. We've done a bit of games, but we do, one of the companies under Sprouto, one of the brands, is Brandably, and they do personalised merch. So you can get hoodies or shirts or water bottles with the logo on.
Right.
So there's a big wide range of things that I can work from, and the goal for the company is to train me so I can do everything, really. So it's kind of a long-term investment, and I think that it kind of comes back to my point of, if you put in 100% or 110% every week at your placement, you'll get something valuable out of it.
Yeah, and I can see nods of heads around, so because obviously colleagues here agree with what you're saying there, and I think that's what it is as well for anyone who's watching this, that it really is about putting in that effort, really kind of pushing yourself, I guess, to that point, giving yourself the maximum opportunity possible, because this is the start of what could be a very, very rewarding career, can't it? Which is fantastic. So thank you for that. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so Madi, I mean, obviously, you've thought long and hard before applying for this course, I would imagine, and you've thought, that course, that's got my name on it, that's what I want to study. Does it line up with what you want as a career?
Yeah, absolutely. It gives me all the qualifications I need to go on to university, which is definitely something I want to do.
Okay.
Especially the placement, because we get specialised placements at the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
So our first one's in November and December are general, and then at the end of the year it's specific to what you want to go on to, and they'll put you into specialised wards to get experience in what you want to do.
Brilliant. So you mentioned the university, which is fantastic, and it just demonstrates that it's not all about going into employment. It's not all about going into university, obviously, but for those who do want to go into university, and if they get like we spoke earlier, 1 T level is equivalent to 3 A levels, and then a distinction star in that 1 T level is equivalent to 3 A stars, which gives some really strong UCAS points for then going on to university. Have you got universities in mind that you've looked at already?
Northumbria or
Okay.
York St John.
Oh right, okay, and they both accept the T levels, do they?
Yeah, they
Brilliant.
both accept BTEC equivalent of A levels. So
Awesome, that's brilliant, isn't it? Because of course, I think there are over 160 universities that accept T levels as kind of part of the entry requirements. So there's lots of variety in that for those who do want to go to university, as opposed to those who obviously have secured placements and obviously want to remain with that company when they go, straight into employment after that. So thank you for that. Right, so Patrick then, if you could give any advice to any Year 11 student that's watching this podcast on T levels, what would it be?
Enjoy placement and put 110% in, because it will help you out in the long term, and it also if you enjoy it, it provides that bit of respite for your week. And if you have it at the start, it's a brilliant way to start your week. If it's at the end of the week, it's a brilliant way to end the week as well.
Excellent. And Liv, what are you thinking then? What's any advice you can give?
Obviously, for me just starting, I'd just go for it and really enjoy it, because obviously I'm really looking forward to my placement coming up, and it just gives you a really wide range of things that you can do, and it's just a really good course to get onto.
Excellent. Okay. And Daniel, any final words from you then for any Year 11s watching this?
I'd say for Year 11s, you've just got to go for it. If you turn up every week, be punctual, and just be polite with everybody. And there's nothing more irritating than people being rude or not doing their work properly.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when you kind of get what you deserve, really.
Yeah.
So just turning up, do the right things, put in your effort, and you'll get a good reward out of the end of it.
Brilliant, thank you. And Maddie, have you got any words of advice or wisdom for Year 11s watching this?
if you're thinking about doing a T level and you're unsure, I'd say absolutely go for it, because I was definitely unsure when I first started, because they're so new, you get so unsure about it, but I've absolutely loved it, and I think it's the best decision I've ever made.
That's brilliant, that's really good. Well, thank you for that, everyone. Okay, so as you can see, we've talked about quite a lot really about T levels here at Nelson and Colne College. My advice to anybody watching this is just have a look at the various different T level subjects that are on offer. Obviously, there's lots of opportunities out there, be it employment beyond the T level or university. You know, lots of different opportunities are available to you. Hopefully, that's been worthwhile. If you've got any questions or anything at all, have a look at our website. That's it from us. Thanks to Daniel, Patrick, Maddie and Liv. Thank you very much for spending time to come down today and have a chat all about your experiences, certainly for Maddie and Liv in your first year, but I think more importantly with Daniel and Patrick in your second year, particularly in the fact that you've both been on placements. I think it's absolutely fantastic. And the information that you've given us today has been really worthwhile to hopefully pass on to Year 11s out there that are thinking of studying a T-level course. So that's it from all of us. I've been Paul from the schools team. Thank you very much for watching. Ciao for now.
Figure it out.